at the pups. Look at the pups. Look at the little puppy, puppy, puppy. Okay, my dog is a grown-ass man, dog. Don't talk to him like that.
Long Beach Griffy, aka the guy with the gap, took the social media and comedy worlds by storm in 2017 with his original brand of sketch comedy, which turned him into an Instagram and YouTube icon. Over the next few years, this California native would continue to push the boundaries of his content further and further, something that over the past few months has gotten him into a bit of hot water and has him ditching his former platforms of choice for ones that do not enforce censorship on its creators. But do you guys know what Griffy was up to before becoming a comedy superstar? Like, for instance, where he used to work? If you know, drop the answer in the comments down below. Everybody else, stay tuned for our newest episode of Before They Were Famous. Long Beach Griffy was born Anthony Devin Griffin on August 19, 1994. He grew up in the city of Long Beach, California, and for those of you who are putting two and two together, yes, that's exactly how he came up with his eventual social media handles. As a kid, Griffy says that he mainly liked to spend time playing with his gap. Now, what is his gap? I mean, come on, after looking at a picture of him, do you really need to ask?
Can you whistle through the gap in your teeth? Nope.
Okay, he didn't spend all his free time playing with the empty space between his two front teeth, but his dental situation certainly left an impact on him as a kid. In fact, he's admitted in the past as a teenager that the gap made him feel pretty self-conscious. Now, I for one am always appreciative of somebody who can take this approach. You know, the whole bee rabbit, taking your weaknesses and making them your strengths. I don't know, always admired that. And that never stopped Griffy from being a goofy-ass youth who made everybody around him laugh from simply being himself. I mean, the kid was just inherently funny. And yet, Griffy says that he never considered becoming a stand-up comedian or entering the world of comedy in those days. Instead, as a teenager, he was about that rap life, hoping to become a big-time musician. And while he looked up to a few prominent comedians, it was his older brother who he really aspired to be more like. And since his bro wanted to become a rapper, so did Griffy. The problem was, every single time the kid would sit down to write some rap lyrics, he couldn't help but inject his goofy observational humor into the songs. In other words, he couldn't take himself seriously enough to become a rap artist.
Got your bruh. Then no more unless she eating chicken strip.
So Griffy moved on to other prospects. Having had an interest in public relations, he enrolled in college and began the undertaking of earning a degree in communications and film. At the same time, he was supporting himself by working retail at his local Target.
I've applied to almost every retail job in the world. That was a lie. Only a few. Applications are the work of the devil. It's just like sitting there doing a 3-hour application for a job you might not even get. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy.
Towards the latter stages of his time in college, Griffy finally decided to try his hand at content creation, taking inspiration from some of his favorite comedians like Dave Chappelle, Cat Williams, D.L. Hughley, and Louis C.K. Griffy stepped into the ring of comedy and began throwing some real haymakers over on his Instagram account.
Bro, look at this one. Look,
I seen it.
Look at it again.
I seen it. I seen it already.
Look at it again.
No, I seen it.
Look at it again.
Having finally put himself and his unique sense of humor out there, Griffy was hooked. And rather than take that communication education corporate, he decided to bet on himself. After firmly establishing himself on Instagram with some short comedy sketches, Griffy opened his YouTube channel on June 7th, 2017. He began uploading content that very same day. One of his earliest hit videos and the first sketch that really put him on the map was a riff on the popular smartphone game Pokemon Go.
Where's you from?
I'm just playing Pokemon Go. I seen there was a Charizard. It's a Pokemon.
No, I know what it is. What did you say?
A Barzard.
Yeah, get it right.
Yeah.
Turns out that was a pretty smart and not to mention large fan base to tap into. What's more, somehow that sketch made it onto Facebook without Griffy's knowledge, and from there on, it wound up on the website World Star Hip Hop. And that's how Chris Brown discovered it and then reposted the clip. At that point, Griffy was off and running. He just needed to keep churning out his content, something that he was more than capable of doing. Oh, and he also needed to quit his day job at Target.
I'm done. I'm done.
What do you mean?
I quit.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll give you the paperwork.
Okay.
That's what you want.
You're not gonna miss me?
Who's that guy that was a meme for working at Target? Don't want to be like that. Where's that kid now? After all, the man couldn't have anything getting in the way of his newfound success. So when Griffy hit over 100,000 subscribers only 5 months into his career, he knew it was time to commit or get off the pot. And dedicating himself to comedy was probably the best decision that he ever made. Over the next 5 years, Griffy would see his social media profiles explode in popularity, especially his YouTube channel, which has continued to climb higher and higher in sub counts and now sits at a pretty remarkable 3.5 million. In fact, he created nearly 500 videos in that span of time. It's almost 100 videos a year. So how does he manage to remain so prolific? Well, he keeps things pretty basic, so that helps. His usual routine involves keeping his eyes and ears open for inspiration, something that often happens while he's hanging out with his hilarious friends. And then he films whatever the idea is with his simple smartphone camera setup.
Sometimes I plan it out. I just sit there and think like, damn, what can I do? Other times it's random. I see something in public, on TV, social media. Then my mind's like, oh damn, that's relatable.
By keeping things consistent, Griffy can settle into a groove and knock his content out in regular intervals, keeping his fans entertained with some of the most popular reoccurring themes, like school shooters, the blackwashing of Disney characters, and the fetishization of the Black Lives Matter movement. Some heavy stuff.
How about a scenario?
Okay, let's try that.
There are about 60 people in this library. My Glock holds 15 bullets. If I have 8 clips, how long will it take to clear out this entire library?
See, I don't know, like the words, they confuse me.
Yeah, as you can probably tell from that list, Griffy has gotten pretty edgy over the last few years. Something that can be a pretty dangerous thing for a comedian in today's political climate, as he would soon find out for himself. One of Griffy's best friends and frequent collaborators is fellow Long Beach comedy content creator, Heavenly Controller. But a few months ago, Heavenly Controller was accused of sexually assaulting a number of women. It's something that he himself has denied.
She posted a whole twit longer saying like I was touching her when she didn't want to and that you guys were leaving me alone with her.
As for Long Beach Griffy, well, rather than sit quietly on the subject, he decided to address it with a new comedy sketch, uploading a video titled How Feminists Claim Sexual Assault, which, as you may suspect, given the context of the situation, was received quite unfavorably by many.
Man, I ain't do shit. Yes, he did. Yes, you did. I never verbally articulated that to him, but there were clear indications that I was uncomfortable.
Where? What? You literally said, I'ma suck your dick so good, your gap gonna close.
Don't mansplain me!
In fact, a lot of users online were calling for Long Beach Griffy to be cancelled. Griffy would later delete the original video and issue an apology to anybody he may have hurt through association with him.
I want to apologize to the creators for putting them in a space where they feel like their brand would be tarnished for having ties with me.
Ultimately, the fallout from this controversy would leave Long Beach Griffy second-guessing his presence on social media thanks to some increasingly stringent censorship policies. Rather than keep risking the possibility of waking up to discover that he was banned in spaces like YouTube and Instagram, Griffy decided to create his very own OnlyFans profile where his viewers could follow him and not have to worry about the watered-down or compromised content.
I'm literally working my ass off, scared that another video is about to be demonetized or took down, and what the I don't like doing this shit, man.
You know, kind of what OnlyFans was made for originally, not for what you guys be using it for. I don't know who be, I just watch comedy on OnlyFans, Make no mistake, Long Beach Griffy hasn't abandoned YouTube and he still uploads regular content, but he's gonna prioritize growing his OnlyFans profile for the next little while and see if it can truly become the next evolution for his journey. I mean, it's just a crazy notion to think about, a comedian trying to grow his OnlyFans. I know it's just comedy and he's, putting out sketches and everything. It's just, if you didn't know that, depending on what you like, you may be confused when you get there. I'm not saying that's what he's doing. I'm just, OnlyFans tends to have a reputation for a certain type of content. But what do you guys think? Does Long Beach Griffy have a chance to make some real impact on the OnlyFans market, or is he gonna have to start showing a little skin to do so? I mean, it's not something I'd necessarily put past Long Beach Griffy because the dude can find humor in pretty much anything. Be sure to leave your thoughts on his story in the comments down below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell before heading out to ensure you are notified whenever we drop a new video. My name is Clyde Smith, and I'll see you guys in another video. Damn, bro. Long Beach Griffy. That would be a good, like a name. Like an OnlyFans. Yeah, he's already doing OnlyFans. Long Dick Griffy. If he ever has to do that, that would be his name. I want credit if he ever uses it.